ceremonial sword. "What's going on?" Jeannie heard the warm sound of men talking. "Who are you with?"
"I can't get into it, honey. Just come home."
"Is everything all right?"
"Please, Jeannie. I'll explain."
Her dad's voice rose. "We're not done with our typing exercises," said Jeannie. Her face grew hot. "I'm not coming till you tell me what's going on." She watched the fly climb over the curve of the orange and wondered if they'd been disconnected.
"There's been an accident."
Jeannie's heart flickered. "Is Kip all right?" A blow of breath down the line. The fly twitched.
"He's all right, Jeannie."
Something in his emphasis made Jeannie wince.
"It's your mother."
"What happened?" Jeannie's hands were wet.
"The cops are here."
Jeannie swallowed. "Is Mom all right?"
"They said..."
Jeannie heard the stickiness of her dad's mouth. "Daddy?"
"She was in an accident, and Mom... Your mother..."
Jeannie's breath stopped rough and solid in her throat. The receiver slipped against her cheek, and she said something, but it lost its shape in her mouth.
"Uncle Paulie will be outside. Come now, honey."
Her dad's voice caught, and the dial tone pushed into her ear. The news disappeared down the telephone line, back through the cables and into the earth. Outside on Dolores, two women with shiny wet overcoats ran arm in arm under the rain, their dark lips stretched in laughter. If she stayed right where she was, if she didn't move a fiber, the news might not come back for her. It might sink between the rocks that moved beneath the city, back into the slime below. "Operator, may I help you?" The voice was far off, from Oregon or the 1940s. Jeannie opened her eyes and set down the receiver. She sat in Mrs. Harris's chair and caught her head in her hands. The thing that had been climbing up from her stomach since she'd been pulled from class, perhaps it had always been there, broke free from her lips in a wheeze of noise and spit. The fly lifted away. Uncle Paulie stood on the sidewalk, his face white as milk. "Sweetheart," he said, and collected her in his arms. Jeannie pressed her head against him, his smell of dirt and soap. She couldn't blink to cut the tears from her eyes. Her chest ached. Uncle Paulie let go. "Here," he said, opening the door of his car. He drove, and they stared at the rain bleeding on the windshield, listening to the rub of the wipers. He kept his right hand clamped on her knee. They were passing sunset before Jeannie could ask, "What happened?" He turned his head to look at her. His face was striped with shadows. "You gotta talk to your father, Jeannie," he said. At home, Jeannie found Kip and her dad staring at Temple Houston on the television, drinking root beer. It could have been any Thursday. She half expected her mom to be in the kitchen, fixing cheese biscuits. Then Kip turned to look at her, and his expression reminded her of when he was 4 and he lost his toy Jeep at the beach. "What happened?" she said. Her dad stood to switch off the television. Kip watched the empty screen, his hands moving in his lap like birds. "Honey," said her dad, taking her in his arms and squeezing her too tight. Jeannie felt the spaces between his ribs as he breathed large. She struggled free, knocking him in the chest with her elbow. "Tell me, what the hell happened?" Kip's shoulders jumped. "I'll go," murmured Uncle Paulie. He clicked the door behind him. Her dad sat back in his chair and rubbed his cheeks. His eyes were small and red. "She wouldn't have felt anything, honey," he said. Kip got up, left the room, and slapped his bedroom door shut. Her mom had taken Kip to Sears Fine Food for his annual birthday treat. Kip was 14 now, a baby man, hair burrowing out of his smooth cheeks and pimples budding on his chin. He wasn't a kid anymore, he'd told Jeannie that morning, when she'd caught him slipping a cigarette from their dad's overcoat. Even so, Kip had allowed his mother to scoop him up from school and take him into the city. It had been a tradition since he'd turned